I'm late. I'm so sorry about that. But for some reason, my drivers were acting up. I'll have to get that checked out later. The game will start in about 40. I don't know what's up with my drivers. Hopefully, they last throughout the stream. Um, I could not tell you what the issue is. It keeps popping up that there's some type of error with them. Could be, excuse me, could be an issue with AMD, I guess. So, please be patient because I do not know what the issue is, and I will have to find that out later. But we're back with more Fellsil, obviously. Just give me a hot minute to actually set the game up. I know, unprofessional. But these driver issues literally just popped up, so I had to fix a few things. And had I known ahead of time that they were going to be an issue, I would have tried to address it. But until then, I'm like I said, I'm deeply sorry that this is causing such an issue for me. Now, on to more fun things to talk about. I have been able to excuse me, I just need to close a few things. I've been able to get a few things up and running better. And in doing so, I think that this might very seriously might make things better down the road. Also, I did get new followers, which I'm happy for. For every person that's followed or has, chatted or anything like that, I 100% appreciate you guys, and excuse me, and it means a lot. I might only have, as of this recording, 7 people following me, but I appreciate each and every one of you, and you guys really do make this why I want to do this. So thanks again. And now let's get off of the sappy stuff and have ourselves some fun playing Final Fantasy Tactics with the serial numbers followed off. Well, I can't actually say that in all good conscience. The game is actually really good on its own merits. And while it does have a lot in common with Final Fantasy Tactics, it's not a knockoff by any means. It's actually got some serious improvements in its own way. So, again, that will be what is going on here. Now, okay, Streamlabs is running fine, thankfully. Okay. Continue. So, where we last left off, right? By the way, a new member of the lineup, Washi, who had requested this character. I do not own any copyrights to this photo. I wish to state that right now for the record. I have made this character to his specifications, and he requests that later on he be a ninja, which I am all too happy to provide. So, let me go ahead and give everyone's equipment a once over. Now, if you all do happen to remember, the last thing we did was we had just finished the event in Thespiros, I want to say, is how you pronounce that. If I butchered the pronunciation, I apologize. I'm just going to go ahead and equip Anodyne and make sure that everyone else is geared properly. That seems to be the case for the moment. Everyone seems to be... Oh, Virgil does not have a weapon. That is fine and very easily fixable. So... in Virgil's case, I believe it would be prudent for me to probably just equip him with a rod for the best overall stat improvements, especially since he is very heavily magic-based. Alright, so everyone's equipped, everyone's ready to go. On to the caravan trail. Beware of those huge beetle-like creatures. Oh, excuse me for a moment. I do believe I have a message. Not in chat, but a thing that I have to do. I'm so sorry. Now, the plan was obviously to stream tonight. That was definitely part of the plan. However, the plan was originally to do it slightly earlier, but those driver issues. They appear to be lumbering and slow, but can charge a great distance when across open ground to attack, and pack a mean wallop when they do. Right, so do not give them a straight line to myself or any of my units. Yeah, got it. And that's a Zotsit. Now, this thing is basically, to use a Final Fantasy term, it is effectively a Cactuar, as in it gives a fair amount of XP for killing it. And just in general, it is... I forgot to set everyone's counter abilities. Oh, that could have been very bad. It's worth a lot of experience to kill it. The only downside of trying to fight it is that it will very much indeed try to escape, given any opportunity of being left alone. So in that case, you absolutely do not want to give it that opportunity. Okay, Reiner goes here. I guess I'll put Kyrie here, Anodyne here, Yates here, myself here. I'll put Daff here. And because I like showcasing all of the all of the subscriber units, well, not subscribers, look at me getting ahead of myself, follower units, I will place them on the field. Unless, of course, somebody wishes me to restrict. Now, normally I wouldn't go all the way up to 9 units, because I don't really want this to come off as too cheesy. But I will be taking this guy with me specifically for one purpose. And that is, I need to start taming units. I need to tame the Zolamander at the very least. And maybe the Berserk, also known as like the charging beetle types. They're not super important for me to tame, but I would like to have at least, if I can manage it, one of every beast unit. So, fleet of foot. And I will send Reiner here. Since he's a gunner, he can also open these chests. Since he will be kind of... his position doesn't matter as much as some of my others. Okay, okay, so the rock will definitely be good. I'm going to go ahead and use this to get rid of that mirage. Excuse me. And then I'm going to just keep moving everyone into position so they can attack. Can Kyrie Darkbolt it? She can indeed. Now, these things have adaptive evasion, which basically boils down to whatever you used on them last will not work again. Meaning you do have to be somewhat selective about what you are and aren't using, or at least be mindful of it. I'll put Yates here, since he's somewhat squishy. Same for Daff, really. However, she might actually be able to just... okay, she can seriously injure it. Can't quite kill it. But that's not really required. I'll have Daff use Nameless One, because the damage is roughly the same. I think. I hope I haven't bungled this by doing that. And... oh, you bitch. Okay. The plan was originally that I could have tried to rock it, but can't quite do that now. But that's fine. I will instead just wait. Yeah, I saw the charge coming, but... okay, so Washi will walk over here and just get the easy attack with the reasonably high chance of bleeding. These things do have a fair chunk of physical defense, so it's kind of one of those things that you got to be mindful of. Okay, wrangling. No. I guess I'll have this guy here. Pelia or whatever. He was an NPC I got from a mission, so he hasn't really been customized. This is just how he is. He will obviously, like all of the other non-story units, be potentially replaceable by a follower, should they so wish to have a custom unit. Because obviously I'm not going to force that. If you want a custom unit, fantastic. If for some reason you do not, I will 100% respect those wishes. Dark Locus. Okay, that's the Zots it dealt with. Okay, so we should get the bonus AP. What is this? What buff does this thing have on it? I think that's No, that's Dark Barrier. Basically, heavy buffs to elemental resistances, which is fine. I will Cleansing Blade that, because one, that'll give me extra damage, and two, it will allow my spellcasters to actually do something. Okay, it is weak to water. Good to know. Excuse me, again. Okay, I will need either a flying unit or if I get the, I believe they're called jet boots, which give you like plus 40 to your vertical. That will be where that comes in handy. Okay, so he's already bleeding. These things are not really... Earth is fine, but they really don't like water. So, Water Locust. Summons... I think that's supposed to be a shark or maybe a type of whale or something. Okay, Siege Ram on Yates. That's annoying, but it's not that bad, especially since now with the Cripple cast on it, that is the vast majority of its special abilities just removed. Just outright gone. Okay, right, Anodyne does earth-based damage, which means the only thing she can't fight are these, because they are earth elemental, and as such she will heal them. Unless she does, like, Enraged Blow or something. So I will have to be mindful of that. There are two enemies that... Excuse me. On this field, there is nothing that Anodyne can reasonably do to. Zolbeam, I think that was actually the very tip of its range. But that's not too bad. Next thing is... allow me to slightly decrease my volume again. I always feel like I'm being overpowered in the volume department. So if the volume needs any work or anything, please feel free to tell me. I am absolutely fine with constructive criticism or anything like that. You're not going to hurt my feelings. It telling me if something needs work or there's any type of issues. I just hope that I have no more problems out of my drivers, and it was just kind of a one-off thing. It could maybe be an issue with Streamlabs, I guess, because since I've started streaming, this has been the issue, or it could be absolutely coincidental. And I would not know for sure. Summon the literal seahorse. Because when I see that, I literally think that is a seahorse taken very literally. That is the only thing that I think of when I see that. I'm going to move Daff, mostly to where she gets her mana back for walking, because that's a thing she can do. Counter Magic did a decent chunk to it. Washi. this is actually probably the best time to do this. I'll go ahead and have Washi do Soothing Chant to give everyone back some health, including himself, and also get a fair chunk of XP. Because Washi is somewhat underleveled, is the best way to put it. Okay, that one got itself killed, but that's fine. I can still try to get one more. 15% chance that I tame this one. I don't really want... I could get it, but I don't strictly want it. Oh. Wow, that damage was... something. And that's a fire elemental attack. Wow, this dude... his attacks are really not about that dealing damage life. Because, I mean, I know that those things have a lot of defense. But there's a limit. Where it goes from... Oh, actually, there are the jet boots. So, funnily enough, if I finish this mission and then come right back, I can actually get those... that chest all the way up there, I believe. And I think that chest might be worth it. But, best to not worry about the future when the now still has to happen. I think, honestly, for Yates, the best thing I can do is just use Dark and then move him somewhat out of the way. Okay, so there's me next, and this one does technically have a buff on it, as does that one. Okay, I could use Siphon to get some MP. Excuse me. But at the moment, my MP is fine. Right now... Ooh, that was a meaty hit. Right now, I believe that my primary issue is... mostly just dealing enough damage and cutting off as many of these enemies as possible. I believe that should be my first goal. Excuse me. I think I'll have Anodyne go over here to where she can potentially start maybe dealing with that one. There's a good chance that if Kairi attacks this thing, she would kill it, yeah. So, what I'm going to do instead is, I think with Kairi up here, can she use Wrathful Beam and hit anything? She cannot. Okay, so her being there is not going to do me any good. Would being here change anything? The assumption is probably not. No. No, it would not. Okay. That wouldn't help either, so... yeah, I'll just put Kyrie here and Dark Bolt. Because even though it does target defense, which is really bad for those, I do believe that I can still make this work. Okay. Hippocampus can't... 2, 3... If I could move Daff just a little bit further, then the fire would be available. Okay, let's try this. How far does this reach? Okay, noted. Not as far as I would like. So I will just have to have Daff pass. While seeing if I can get the ball rolling. Okay. These two are pretty injured. Anodyne will get a turn to heal someone after this. So I'm going to have Washi use a potion on Daff. And have... Anodyne... Will Panacea be enough? Is the question I need to ask myself. Not Panacea, we'll heal 1. You know, I should probably just use the potion, because he was at very critical HP. Just so I don't end up regretting my decisions. Okay, so that one has kind of put itself in a bad way. Okay, let's see if we can tame it. Yeah, it was a 50-50, so... Slowing bullet. Yeah. Let's try slowing this one down. Okay, so that actually worked, which is great. That will mean that that one is a bit less likely to kind of interfere with and cause a problem. This thing still has dark resist, yes? Okay, there really isn't a good spot where I can put that spell. So... That's right, Yates does not have mana font, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and jump down here and leave that thing up there to contemplate its actions. I will not put Yates right there, because that would be bad and would block what I think I might be able to do next turn. What I will have him do, however, is heal Reiner, which will also heal himself by half as much. Meaning both of those are out of the way. Okay, this should work then. Going to go ahead and use Cleansing Blade, because where this thing has a lot of buffs on it, this should seriously put a damper on any plans it has. Now, for Daff... Okay, okay, this is enough then. Okay, so that one's gotten rid of. I'm going to go ahead and have Daff move to get back more mana. I'm going to have her back up all the way here, so she's out of danger for the moment. That one is on death's door, but I don't really want to kill it if I can help it, because I think that this would be a good opportunity to recruit. I'll have Virgil just dishing out some heals here and there. I'm going to go ahead and have Kairi go up here to fight this Berserk, the beetle. Because I believe that she can most likely either do a lot of damage to it or potentially just even kill it. She's still not close enough yet, so I'll just have her wait. Counterattack was for lethal. Okay. So that one is not going to be recruitable. But that's fine. I really do want to try to recruit that Zol, though. Ideally. So I'm going to have Anodyne go over here and Enraged Blow for a big chunk of damage. I'm going to have Washi go here. How big is Soothing Chant? Okay, it's cross-shaped. That's good. I thought it was, for a moment, I believed it was going to be square-shaped, which would have made it unusable, because I don't want to heal the enemy. But this works just fine. Washi dishing out some basic AoE heals to get some early levels, because he does desperately need them. And 41%. So it's not particularly likely, but it is possible. Tame. Okay, so for monsters, if they don't speak normally, then anything in gray is what they mean, but in white is what they're saying. So I've captured this. You've successfully used Tame to recruit a new unit. They'll be available to deploy in your next battle. I've effectively I've gained a dragon-esque creature. The reason I say dragon-esque is there are actual dragons in this game, but they're a later unit, while that one is... And they were added later, while those things, I believe, were dragons and existed since the beginning. Okay, so Kairi's weapon of choice is electrical, which is bad because these things are fairly resistant to electrical, but what they aren't very resistant to is excuse me, they aren't very resistant to darkness or light or anything. So I can... Okay, can Kairi hit from above? Okay, she can. So these side attacks might... Yeah, that'll give more damage. And I did nearly as much to myself, but I did take a big chunk out of the creature. So... would Soothing Chant help? And if so, how much? Okay, it would definitely help over here more than it would help there, because Yates is really not in any danger. And technically Virgil's health is not looking so hot, but Virgil is really, really out of the way. And as such, I don't think that his health is going to be the most major of issue. Yeah, I'll go ahead and have Yates seriously hurt that one. It is now at very low HP. Gonna have Daft start moving forward. Now, those Earth Elemental creatures, I actually, thinking about it, probably should get one. I don't know if I'll want the Earth one specifically, or if I'll wait to get another one. But these are actually quite helpful, because they have the ability to float, which would allow me to get an item that I need later. So, I will try to recruit it. And if I succeed, fantastic. If I don't, it's also whatever. Just to see if I can make my life easier. And try to get that, that very useful, that very useful... Huh. Okay, so that was lethal. Bloodcrest, that's great. That will allow me to make a vampire unit. That will allow me to get a very useful item that requires a floating unit. But again, if I don't get it, it's not really the end of the world, because I will have more opportunities to recruit floating units later on. I'm going to try to inflict this thing with debuffs to get it weakened, to soften it up. And since it was inflicted with slow, that should definitely help. Okay, so out of curiosity, how much damage would Washi do if he hit it? 1. Okay, so hitting it is probably not the play. But what would be the play is utilize this. This will inflict defense down, cripple, and weaken. Meaning it can't really heal itself. And now that its physical defense has gone down, hitting it in melee should actually have some degree of positive effect. Okay, with the way my units are standing, I mean, I guess I could injure Washi to basically tear this one up. Now, will I pay for that, though? Well, I guess we'll just have to see. Okay, I didn't really pay for that. So, knowing that I basically got away with that, I will now I will have to wait to heal Washi, but I will, however, use a heal here. To make sure everyone's doing okay. And Yates, I will have use mass heal to really make sure that everyone's doing all right. Okay, so nobody except for Anodyne is really in a particularly bad spot. However, Anodyne can also just heal herself for a reasonably substantial amount and get her out of the way, because a lot of these creatures try their best to go for AoEs. I will have Virgil finish healing up Washi, and there we go. That's basically everyone in okay shape. 44% chance, so it's possible but not likely. Oh, it actually worked. I don't know what the actual blue fuck that name is or how to pronounce it. But it's okay. Okay, so we got 2 new monsters. Got the special ability point bonus for killing the thing. Now, Old Czar is, or Old Bazaar, whatever you want to call it. There is a fight there, but there's also a new shop, meaning that I can very seriously start getting new upgrades, which will be great. I think Silencing Bullet is probably better. The Assassin class has been unlocked for Reiner, which might be useful. That's actually going to be the class that Washi is going to want. So I will have to move Washi over to Gunner, given a chance. Vicious Push is good. Rend is also good. Xanadine has a couple more abilities. For Yates, okay, now that Yates has Mana Font, I should be able to cast more reliably with him. For me, I will have... Okay, Rapture's Chant is definitely useful for one major reason. When it says heal and remove debuffs, all debuffs from all allies, and the character will not suffer an injury for this, that means that I can use myself as a unit. I can effectively sacrifice myself to heal everyone else. And since I won't receive an injury from doing so, then there is no reason to not immediately revive on my next turn with either a Phoenix Ashes or casting or having currently Daff, my primary healer, using Revive. Which will definitely help. And allow me to probably pull back from what would be an awful situation. At no meaningful cost. Other than effectively sacrificing one turn to revive. And if I make myself as a unit more capable of healing myself, that could get very confusing if I don't speak carefully. With something like Life Font allowing me to heal by walking, I could be revived and effectively on the way back to the battlefield where the front lines are, already have healed a substantial amount, provided that nothing is able to shut me down. Which will, of course, be very, very helpful. The dog being able to use items and everything is helpful, but not really required. So I'm going to keep it secondary as pack leader. And just keep the ball rolling. Because pack leader is very helpful with Victory Dance. Because Victory Dance is not a particularly common ability for humanoid units to get. But it's something that monsters can get very easily. And because Victory Dance can, to my own personal knowledge, but I could be wrong about this, take it with a grain of salt, it does effectively have the chance of giving pretty much any buff, including rather good ones, such as Focus or Boon, which are both incredibly good. To refresh anyone that wants to know, Focus is effectively your next attack does double damage, but you can very easily waste it by not attacking on that turn, because it only lasts for one turn most of the time. And Boon is the next thing you do, heal, attack, whatever. If it can crit, it will. Which is a big boost, obviously. Both of these are good. Like, really good. Excuse me. So I think I will do that one first, if only because I do use... the vast majority of my units are inclined towards melee. And that obviously works in my favor. Now, for this unit, I do not know. Alright, there is an event here I need to do before I forget. The Centena Arena, it hosts a tournament. Okay. So what is the event here? Oh, this is... I believe this is the one where Anodyne gets upgraded armor, so I definitely don't want to miss this. Anodyne, you've been looking down in the mouth all morning. Is something the matter? Just thinking about my mother again and the path we all chose. So few arbiters live to see old age. Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose you're effectively law and order, monster extermination, things like that. It's likely a profoundly dangerous job. That is true, yet the work we do is very valuable. Law and order make good lives possible for people across the land. Also true. And for a lot of people, they may not understand that that it's really a necessity. Obviously, not to get too political here, because I'm not here to talk about current events or anything like that, but law and order is useful, and it helps a lot of people, as long as it's in the hands of people who mean to do good with it. Now, a situation like in this game, with the arbiters effectively being judge, jury, and executioner, and the game uses that term verbatim, definitely can raise some very serious questions. And obviously something like that is incredibly corruptible. However, the opposite would also be bad. Making them drowned in tape and, well, red tape and everything like that could also be bad. So that is a question that has to be posed, I suppose. Yes, it is important to remember that. Speaking of your mother, her armor is looking a bit tatty. Really, what's wrong with it? With what we've been through, it's taken more than a few knocks and the straps are almost worn through. You know, there's a blacksmith here in Centena who owes me a favor. I would never trade in my mother's armor, whatever its condition. Oh, no, I'm not going to sell it. Please just loan it to me for the day. No harm will come to it. Well, okay, just for the day. Received old armor. Anodyne has unlocked the equilibrium ability. It's wonderful, thank you, Kairi. Is this what my mother looked like when she went into battle? It definitely is. You could be her sister. Wow, you're looking very smart today, Anodyne, but where'd you get the coin for that fancy armor? It's the same armor I've been wearing all along. The captain had it refurbished for me. I can't thank you enough, Kairi. I'm just glad to see some smiling faces for a change. I have some things to take care of, but I'll see you two at dinner. Well, that was definitely very nice of her. Kairi truly is an excellent captain. Yes, she did your mother proud, and so do you. Well, that's very sweet, Reiner. That's kind of you to say, and you're right, my mother would be proud. Every arbiter risked their lives to serve the immortals and enforce the law. My mother paid dearly for that privilege, but she made a conscious choice to serve, just as I have. I understand her better now. I think it's time to let the past be the past. Speaking of the past, are you and Yates on speaking terms yet? Well, I mean, that was definitely very mature of Anodyne, but she's seemed mostly level-headed throughout the game, so it's good to find closure. That's always fantastic. Speaking, that'll be the day. And you still can't tell me about whatever crime he committed? Very well, I will tell you, but I promise your day won't be brighter for hearing it. My wife, Alicia, was ill, deathly ill. She was being treated at Yates's clinic. I had been away on a distant patrol when she fell ill. It was treacherous territory. Weeks passed before I received word, and weeks more passed on the journey home. When I finally arrived, it was too late. She was dead. It was hard. You lost your mother, so you know how hard. Yeah, I can see Reiner's issue here. Being away and trying to find somebody who's sick and being away from them and not being there in the end definitely is going to weigh pretty heavily on your conscience. But wasn't Yates trying to save her life? Yes, he tried. I'm sure he did his very best. But when I returned, Yates wished to study the disease further. That was his reason. When I returned, in order to learn more about the disease that killed Alicia, he brought her back with his necromancy. Ooh. Yeah, I can see now why he and Yates probably don't speak, like, at all, and why when Reiner went to Yates's cabin, Yates was pretty much absolutely certain that he was a dead man. My Alicia became one of the cursed attendants he keeps, shambling around his cabin in the woods. That was his crime. Oh, how terrible. I don't think I can even imagine how that must have felt. Yeah. Honestly, I couldn't fathom that either. That's a lunacy. That would be beyond a stab in the heart, to be completely honest. Yes, it was unforgivable, though terrible as it was, it feels good to talk about it. The living should never let death hold sway over them to darken one's days for so long. And Alicia, I know it's not what she would want from me, this endless brooding over the past. I cannot ever... Excuse me. I cannot ever forgive Yates for what he has done, but hearing you speak of your mother reminds me time does lend perspective to things. I mean, Reiner is normally a bit of a joker, and, really, really needs to learn when to, back off with the jokes and the ha-has. But that was definitely a very mature and sane way to look at things. And now Anodyne has really good armor, the old armor. It's been upgraded. Excuse me again. Now, you cannot collect components during this. Now, I think I'm going to do the tournament. But first, I'm going to see... Wait a minute. Before I do anything else, I need Deft unlocked for this thing. So I will... give this thing Deft. I almost made the same mistake I made the first time I played through this, where it's like, yeah, I have the right unit, but they can't float. So, yeah, I think I'll do the tournament. 5,000 gold, sure, to get the reward. And then that should give me enough XP that I can do what I need to do. Now, there are exactly 6 of them here. They are all level 13 or 14. So, knowing that, and there's obviously no monsters on their team, I will, in the interest of fairness, do effectively the same thing. And only utilize the same number of units now the question is, yeah, I think I'll still take Washi, even though Washi is a little bit underpowered for this, as a supportive unit. Now, the assassin class is quite powerful. I suppose I should be glad they don't look like they are not dual wielding, and the weapon they're using is somewhat mediocre, I believe. So their damage output's probably not going to be particularly insane, but the fact that assassins can cast Mirage on themselves, which soaks a hit, really can put a damper on things. Okay, evade magic. So this Fellblade, which is like... Fellblades are basically anti-Templars. Templars are damage and healing. Fellblade are damage debuffing. So I can't really use magic against this guy, and that's fine. I will instead focus mostly on just attacking him directly. They also have a reasonably high evasion, which is why my hit chance is in the low 80s instead of the, like, say, upper 90s, as would be typical. Okay, I did manage to inflict defense down on him, which should give me some advantage. Now, the +5 mana definitely helps, allowing me to kind of just either drop a pretty meaty spell, or... I think I'll do this for the cripple, defense down, and weaken. Now, the unit does still have Mirage on them for 2 more turns, so I either have to wait out those 2 turns or just waste a hit, basically. I am okay with effectively wasting a hit. Okay, attack up for both myself and Anodyne, both very useful. The only other one that would have really benefited from the attack up at all is Reiner, because while Washi is a melee unit as well, stat-wise, Washi is somewhat anemic. Okay, that's right. These summons are special type. They're not actually magic, which means Daff is actually going to be useful for dealing not physical damage. So if he gets a defense up or anything like that, it'll help. Plus, the more incoming sources of damage, the more turns they have to waste healing. Okay, so that unit is immune to earth damage. So Anodyne can't really deal with that one. That's fine. It happens. Okay, Washi's not doing much good from there. Can Washi do anything from here? The answer is probably not. Okay, okay, so the best thing that Washi can do right now, I guess, is go here and heal Reiner slightly for the XP. Because not only does healing give more XP than damage dealing, but where there's a big difference between Reiner and Washi, okay, Anodyne was hit with some pretty nasty stuff. So okay, the defense down is kind of rough, but yeah, I think I'll just shoot him, because on Anodyne's turn she can either Panacea herself or have someone else heal her. Okay, so going to move Anodyne over here. And alright, weaken means she can't be healed, so I will have to use Panacea first to get rid of all of those negatives. And now, okay, the rock is not really the worst thing that can happen. Okay, the remedy, still not particularly bad. Okay, so for Yates, okay. What will... Okay, so Dark 2 would be decent-ish. That unit's effectively immune magic. What would Dark Locust do? Okay, so Dark Locust will put a very serious dampener on that assassin if they weren't... Yeah, I think I'll just have Yates heal Anodyne, because I think that playing too aggressively is just going to get my units injured. I don't really have a time limit. Okay, now this would be the perfect time to use that Templar ability to do a pretty meaty damage effect. Counter magic kind of hurts, but it's not that bad. Okay, now in Daph's case, let me see. Does this give her enough energy to... it does indeed. Okay, I need her to be moved over by 1 step. And this should allow me to... Okay, she needs to be even closer. This is not... This is a somewhat risky play, putting her this close to the enemies with how frail she is. But it does allow me to either... Okay, so... Yeah, it does allow me to do this. Okay, so mass heal. It didn't undo all the damage, which is good. And it's giving me some more openings to work with. Okay, debuffing Washi is annoying, but it can be fixed rather easily. So, I'm going to have... Okay. I'm going to have Washi use a remedy. And go ahead and move over here to try to limit that unit's effectiveness. Okay, sleep powder. Okay, that's definitely annoying, but still fixable. Reiner, shoot this one. Okay, Root is good. I don't have to worry about him sneaking up and stabbing Daff. He will just stab Anodyne and wake her up. Muting her is nothing, really. Same with Magic Down. Anodyne is very, very physically inclined. Okay, let me see what would be better. Rage Blows 108, Vicious Push is 73. And Anodyne losing a quarter of her current HP. I think it's worth it. Meaning if they want to keep that unit alive, they absolutely will have to make some sacrifices. They will have to heal, meaning they can't take an aggressive action. And even then, the heal is not guaranteed to change much. Now, this assassin, I'm going to try to hit with the Cleansing Blade. 1, to get rid of Renew. And 2, because the damage buff combined with the back attack really does a number on this one. Daff could, in theory, move 4 squares. Let's see. 1, 2. I think there's a way to do this. That's only 3. Actually, what I think I'll do is I can probably... Yeah, okay. I will just have to bite the bullet and use Daff, not really for killing, but just injuring, and see what happens next. Putting her all the way back here to gain more mana. Okay. Heal 2. Power Strike. Okay. Added attack down and got rid of attack up, as you do. Now, funnily enough, in Washi's case, Ooh, nice crit. And inflicting a crit also guarantees a status effect, like whatever that status would be. Dispelling Fleet of Foot really doesn't change much. But it does seriously injure that particular unit. Well, this unit is now... I don't know what I'm talking about. That unit is now bleeding, rooted, and defense down. Meaning it pretty much has to use an item on its turn or it is dead. Mutant Berserk on Washi. Okay. Now, Berserk is not the worst status in the world. It can be beaten somewhat easily by just moving units away, because the way Berserk works is it doesn't discriminate friend or foe. That unit will just attack the nearest unit to it. And if that unit happens to be an enemy unit, then they're effectively doing probably what I would have had them do anyways. Meaning I don't really risk losing out on anything. Okay, yeah, this is good. Injuring both of them, quite severely, actually. Now, let me see here. Okay, an attack would be lethal on that one. How much would Holy Chant do? Not a lot. That also would not do very much. Would defensive hit do more? It would. It would guarantee a kill on this one as well. So, no matter what, I can kill this unit as long as I don't miss. Okay, that one is down as well. So that is 2 units eliminated. And putting the healer into a somewhat awkward position. Okay, hitting Yates to wake him up, also not bad. Pretty much everything near Washi is an enemy, meaning on his turn with the Berserk, it's not really going to be that bad. I can basically just let Washi kind of do his own thing until the Berserk wears off. Oh, it wore off this turn. Right. I think Washi has resilience. So, that turn really wasn't wasted and didn't really hurt. Now, I will give focus to Reiner for the double damage next turn. And see if I can set up a pretty good snipe. Now, I guess I will reanimate one of their units to turn the odds and give the enemy something to fight that isn't me. Well, isn't controlled by me, and I don't care if it goes down or gets hurt. Okay, I guess I'll cripple, weaken, and defense down this unit, so they don't have access to any of their special abilities. Meaning they have to just regularly attack if they're going to attack at all. Okay, that was a miss. Not great, but not the worst. Okay, sleeping Reiner definitely is not really part of the plan. But, let me see something. Okay, Daff can, in theory, revive me next turn. So I'm going to use Rapturous Chant to cleanse all these debuffs, wake everyone up, heal everyone. And now I'm going to have Daff run all the way over here. Holy Magic, revive one. I will be back with an admittedly fairly small amount of HP. But I am now back. So everyone was healed, and the only person that's now in rough shape on my team is me. But I don't think anything can get close enough to me to make me pay for that. Plus, this will give Washi a chance to heal a higher level unit, considering I am almost twice his level, giving even more XP. And, yeah. Now, that unit there is still weakened, so Bullet Infusion. Alright, I can sneak attack as well. For a 138 side attack. And that unit is also bleeding, meaning they have no choice but to heal or they'll be at 1 HP at the end of their turn. Okay, they don't have evade magic. So actually, I will just have Yates drop a dark on them, which should work. Giving me enough HP that I'm not kneeling anymore. Yates will... Okay, Dark 2 would be ideal. Have Yates move a bit closer. Anatomy, Dark 2. Injuring one and killing the other. Anodyne will go here to start bullying this unit. Silencing Bullet on Daff is annoying, but still fixable. Fetid Touch, okay, the poison did land, which is good. And since the zombie, I know it's called a cadaver, whatever, is, and since I can heal myself with Soothing Chant, pretty much no one is really in bad shape now. Channel Soul still works even when muted, so, funnily enough, Daff's primary means of attacking hasn't been interrupted in any meaningful way. Allowing her to keep summoning and keep blasting. Now, those units constantly healing, I will admit, does get a little obnoxious. But it's really not the end of the world. I will have Reiner go here and use a sneak attack. Sneak attack, by the way, is really good with ranged weapons. Attacking Yates is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Since the zombie is healed by darkness, I can actually just do Dark 2 again. Or should I Dark Locus? Yeah, I think Dark Locus would be better. I'll go ahead and move Yates over here, kind of getting him away from the action. And I'll have Washi go here. And Flash Strike, simply because it bypasses counter abilities, so that unit doesn't get a free counterattack. Now, this gunner still has defense down on them, so Enraged Blow is very nearly but not quite lethal. But it's enough damage that if that unit does not use a potion, they are 100% dead. I mean, stab the zombie all you want. It's not really going to change anything. I guess I'll go over here and try to eliminate this gunner. Okay, so do I have anything that's guaranteed to hit? I don't think so. Well, there's a rock, but... No, I think I'll just go for the regular hit. That was a bit risky, but I don't have to really play perfectly. Because I find absolute perfect play to be... And I'm not being arrogant when I say this, but I find that doing your absolute best to play perfectly can become very dull to watch. But there's also a point where I don't want to meaninglessly name drop here, but purposefully playing really suboptimally is also not very fun either. There are streamers and content creators as a whole that purposefully make really boneheaded moves on purpose. And those I don't really find are very interesting to watch either. Because past a certain point, it becomes more... It doesn't become as enjoyable to watch, because there's a difference between struggling because it's difficult and struggling because you purposefully have made it difficult on yourself. So there's a balance. I like what feels like organic gameplay. So I might make some dumb moves here and there, but most of the time they're either honest mistakes or that particular bad move won't change anything. Like, the result would still be the same whether I did it or not. I have Anodyne heal Yates because he might be the recipient of an unlucky, for me, crit. Okay, so Crippling Bullet didn't really do anything. Okay, Reiner should be able to take their Mender out. Yes, he can. Okay. So... I guess I'll... Yeah, I guess I'll use a Soothing Chant to patch myself and Anodyne up a little. It's not a lot of healing, but AoE healing is always nice. And if you're not in any severe danger, it's enough to make the turn feel worthwhile. And to ensure that any future errors or bad luck on your part, because... You know, you can't really predict crits, but you can make a reasonable assumption that, you know, it can happen. And if you keep yourself out of crit death range, at least as best as you can, you'll probably be fine. Anodyne can't really do anything. Washi... We'll put this gunner here so they can't really do anything. Excuse me. Oh, bit of acid, I guess. We'll put this gunner in a corner and leave them in a bad spot. Okay, Berserking Daff is annoying, but Daff's actual damage output is not particularly high. Meaning it didn't really hurt that much. Okay, they have 20 HP. I think I'm going to not have Reiner take that because he's already level 16. And I want the XP to be a little bit more spread out if I can help it. So I'm going to Soothing Chant again and just use this opportunity to gain a little bit of extra XP around. Okay, Yates is level 14. Okay, so that makes this a little bit better for him to get the kill. So throw a rock because it can't fail. Okay, that's round 1 of the tournament dealt with. Yeah, keep fighting because I would just get the money I put in back otherwise. Okay. Round 2 for all foes. Okay. So I'll worry about giving Reiner height advantage later because it won't come in any meaningful use in this fight, and by next fight, if it does have a use, I should have the AP back. That's the general idea anyways. For Yates, I'm going to give him Revive 2 because he already actually has Heal 2 and Anatomist. Okay, got the Templar class, unlocked Heretic, Fallen Angel, Seal, Death Feeder, Regenesis, Omen, Erase, Thrash, and Wrath. Okay, so Wrath is really powerful, but it does have a meaty mana cost. But Heretic as a class looks cool. I have finished Templar, so I'll move on to something else. I could learn Wrangler for myself, but I think I'll hold off. Excuse me. Until I need it. Now, I think as far as classes go, yeah, I think I'll take Lord. So, yeah, okay. My best weapon to hand is the Energy Mace because I don't want to take Kyrie's Bolt brand if I don't need to. Okay, continue learning abilities. Daff learning Vessel. Quetzalcoatl for thunder damage in a line. Okay, so she'll have access to basically every magic except for Earth in this for her current class. Um, okay. More for Virgil. For a lot of people, I just get them their abilities in order, unless there's a reason not to. Excuse me for a minute. I was trying my best not to sneeze. Okay, almost done with the leveling here. Some people call it tedious, and I can certainly see that, but I definitely enjoy the leveling process after every battle or every couple of battles. Later on, it definitely becomes more like every couple of battles. But it's always nice to have... There we go, tool user. I needed that. It is always nice to feel the growth, the progress. Okay. Alright, so I will have Kairi on this fight. 1 for the bonus AP, and 2, she is now no longer my highest leveled unit. Actually, Kairi, I'm going to move you here. I think for this fight, because Reiner is level 16, I might keep him out of this one. I mean, to be fair, Kairi's about to be 16 as well, so it's not the end of the world. Anodyne, Yates, myself, Daff, and honestly, that last fight wasn't bad. It was just a little bit slow. To give Washi more XP, same with Virgil. I'm putting them in this fight because they're already pretty out-leveled, and I don't really want them to fall behind if I can help it. You know what? Sure, what the hell. I'll do the same thing for the dog. Especially since the dog is really agile, and it definitely helps. Fleet of foot. Plus, I just think the bigger looking battles are... Well, the bigger battles where you have more units are more impressive. It allows you to showcase people more. Plus, I did receive a private request to add more units. It might make it more interesting. And again, if it starts seeming like the battles are too easy, there are options to add extra units to each encounter effectively. And I would have no real issue doing that. Okay, going to use Protect on the dog. So any attack that would be aimed at it is instead aimed at Kairi. Yates will just pass as well. Daff, pretty much the same thing while we wait. And kind of just end up clashing on the field directly. Okay, duality, elementalism. Okay, Virgil, I'm going to have you walk forward and... Okay, grant defense up and resistance up to the target. do that to Yates because Yates has worse defenses. Even with the defense down versus the defense up, I do believe that Yates actually still has worse defense than Reiner. Actually, now he has better, but... Okay, so... Okay, Reiner has taken more damage, so... Washi... Soothing Chant. At least Washi is getting some levels. Okay, Wildcard Diamond, which is apply random buff. Or a random assortment of buffs. Okay. Okay, dog, go here, lick wounds. So you're not nearly as close to death as you were before. Anodyne, use Enraged Blow to just murk this guy. So, that one's killed. Okay, Dark Locust would help. Or would Reanimate be better? Crazy as it sounds, I think Reanimate might actually be the play here. Just where if they have any revival items, which they very well might, they just can't use them. So now they are effectively permanently down by 1. Technically down by 2 because our numbers went up by 1, theirs went down by 1. So that's a +2 overall. Okay, Scorpio Ballista. Okay, that was mostly just to eat the barrier. And now Reiner. Slowing bullet. Slowing bullet. It didn't take. Oh well. Gaining thorns doesn't really change too terribly much because the damage from the thorns is low enough that I probably don't need to be worried. Okay, if I could line Daff up, if there was a way to get her like right here or here in either of those 2 spots, oh, we'd be off to the races. But wait a minute. Okay, there's actually a way to benefit from this. Okay, Quetzalcoatl. That's 2 people that are going to be taking a lot of damage. Counter poison. Okay. Corrosive bomb is obnoxious. It's not that bad. Oof, that rock though. Okay, they're really trying to rush down Anodyne. Okay, defensive hit. Okay. If I move Kyrie here... Okay, this should be lethal. That is a second one of their units down. And now... Virgil. You have the capacity to heal to some extent. And you also have Panacea. Oof. Doesn't get rid of all the ones I would need it to. So instead, I will just have to... This is obnoxious. I guess I'll have to do this and hope that that is enough defense to save Anodyne. I don't really have anything for item range. Like, the only thing I could do... Okay. Blizzard. Counter magic. Okay, so... lick wounds again. And for Anodyne, use Panacea. To get rid of her debuffs, and I'm going to have to pull her back for a turn to try to get her out of the way. That sorcerer is named Golbez. Nice, another Final Fantasy reference. I'm all for it. Okay. Arterial cut. I guess it'd be more like arterial shot, but yeah, Reiner got poisoned, which sucks, but it's not that bad. Okay, for Yates, I'm going to have him do mass heal, because Washi could also use the touch-up. Pulling Anodyne out of the danger zone. And for myself, I guess I'll go back here and try to take this unit out with my purple mace of justice. Mass slow. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, so Daff. Let's move her up to give her more mana. And center a spell on these two. Countering with Root doesn't really change much for how... oh, ow. For how Daff's going to perform. Okay. The dog got taken out, but since the dogs are immune to injuries... Okay. So Kairi heals when she moves. I can make use of that. Getting 33 health back, and then using Drain Health as well. Giving her a pretty substantial amount of health back. And at no real cost. Washi, I know he's still slowed, but I'm going to use the Soothing Chant to make sure those two are out of the danger zone. Virgil. Fire 2 is nice. But would say a Fire Locust, because Virgil does more damage with fire because of his equipment. So I'll probably be defaulting to fire unless I have a reason not to. I think the fire 2 is the play because the Locust would do a bit more damage, but it's not enough to change anything. At least I don't think so. And it injures both of them. Okay, so Reiner's not doing so hot. But that's okay. I know he's going to take more damage from the poison, but I'll just use a potion and eat a little bit more poison damage. And Anodyne. I think if I push with Vicious Push, yeah, okay, that's a kill if it hits. And an injure on the other one. Poison, not pleasant. Dark Locust to just take this unit out as well. Okay. So Yates' debuff is gone. I probably should have made my secondary Templar now that I think about it. But it's not the end of the world. I can still fix it. Okay, I will move over here. And defensive hit for quite a substantial amount of damage. Daff is rooted, so she can't really do much. At least not much aggressively. Okay. Yeah, mass heal. The poison and root is gone. The poison will be gone after this turn anyway, so I'll just deal with it. And Kairi should be able to take us home on this. Indeed she can, as long as she doesn't miss. She didn't. Okay, I believe now I would get 3 times what I spent. I do believe that the next battle is the last one. It is indeed. Now, this fight can very quickly go one of 2 ways. And the ways it can go can be pear-shaped indeed. I'm going to give Kairi Templar for the moment. Because for her, it really doesn't matter. It helps anything that she gets. Demonic Might for Anodyne is like one of her better abilities, allowing her to buff herself, gain regeneration, and all of that on turn 1. And she does damage herself when she does it, but she immediately gets regeneration, so most of that damage is gone immediately after. I think I'll take Gemini Flail because while Mass Heal is cool, if I just set my secondary as Templar for the moment, it still works out. A melee 2-handed weapon and 1-handed equip a shield regardless of class. I can't use any 2-handed weapons with this class, so whoopsie doodle. I will just not... I won't need Sturdy Grip. I think smart... I think smart casting would be good. To where I don't have to think about where my allies are. Okay, Daff now has access to all of the basic elements with Vessel. Well, she doesn't really have light and dark, but there are not a lot of classes that really deal with light and dark. Like the Templar is one of few that has light attacks by base. The Princess is another one. So those tend to not be super viable options. Okay, for Reiner, I'm going to change counterattack to countershot. Because most of the time, if he's being hit at range. For Washi, I think Rapturous Chant is actually the play here. That way, if need be, I can actually sacrifice him since he's kind of weak right now. And I won't really pay for doing so because I can just revive him when I get an opportunity. And reset from a bad situation, basically. I know that probably sounds horrifically cruel, but it's just, what's the word? It's really just, it's really just math at the end of the day. Because ideally, I don't want any of my units to go down and have to revive them, but I would rather the unit that goes down not have an injury. Because then reviving them could give them 2 injuries. And now I've suddenly got to sideline them for 2 fights. Which could make things go bad for me. Let's see here. Would the Clarity Band be good? Would I be okay giving up 1 movement speed in exchange for more mind and more magic defense? And also being completely immune to Berserk. You know, Berserk's not the worst thing, but I really think I should definitely take the Pure Band to get rid of the chance of me getting poisoned and looking dumb. I look dumb enough on a day-to-day basis. I don't need to invite that. I might as well give Washi some accessories, running treads, and he's not a thief, so the Bandit Glove really won't do him any good besides the attack boost. I think I'll also give him the Pure Band as well for the extra HP. Okay. So all of these are like 14, 15. I should still try to be vaguely clever about unit placement, so for Reiner, it's always best to have him in the center. That way he can buff up to 4 other units. I'll put myself on point, put Daff here because she has to get somewhat close. Put Yates here because him being in the back doesn't hurt much. And Kyrie's also a good frontliner. And while Anodyne's also great on the front line, she'll be spending at least a turn buffing, so her taking a little bit longer to get to the fight's not going to be that bad. Washi. And, Virgil and... Okay, I have a lot of elemental resistances here. So, I don't think... Don't take that out of context, I don't think that a magic-based unit is the play here. For that reason. So I think my last unit will be this random nobody to give them a little bit more combat experience. Because with the level gap being like 10 or more for everyone that isn't Washi, the XP they'll gain will be fairly swift. Okay, so Anodyne is going to go over Actually, no, Anodyne's going to go here, going up through the center. And Demonic Might. Attack, Mind, and Renew. For 3 turns. And all in all, it costs her 18 HP, which at the start of her turn, she will get back and then change. And now the only thing is, I wish I had more ways to extend buff timers. But there's only like 1 or 2 classes that do that, and I don't really have those to hand. I probably could have them, but I do not have them at hand at this exact moment. Okay, so that one is partially dragon. These bugmen don't really have classes of their own. What they instead do is they gain the ability to copy monster classes. And that one has the dragon class. It's called a Drakon, but it's a dragon, or at the very least a type of worm or something. I can't really reach anything with Virgil, so Virgil will be taking a quick rest, I guess. Mass Barrier. That's fine. I don't tend to rely too heavily on status effects. If they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. Water Breath is kind of obnoxious, but... And now your barrier's gone. Okay. So, for Washi... Yeah, I think for Washi I will have them use a remedy. Well, that was mildly unpleasant. For this generic type, I will have them use... Huh, actually that's a plan. Have them use Fleet of Foot. That's 40 XP and a level, and being also somewhat useful. Okay. Okay, how do you feel about lightning? You're somewhat resistant to it, so in that case you will... You will take this L with Wrathful Blow. Okay, and I will... You seem to have a pretty meaty amount of physical defense, so I will Cleansing Blade you. There goes the Thorns and your Dark Plus, and... Oh, I see. They have Auto Renew. Annoying, but not the end of the world. I will go ahead and end my turn. And Yates, will Dark Locust do good for you? It will. Giving that unit something to think about. And I'll move Yates over here for the extra MP. So next turn he can do more. Okay, so what element do you not like? You really don't like fire. So... Okay, Fafnir. Okay, you don't like earth, so this might just tear you up. Counter weaken. Weaken is rough, but it can be fought against. Okay, so Virgil, let's have you use Bleed to get rid of that auto renew. Was that even vaguely necessary? Ow. Wow, that fucking sucked. Noxious Bomb on Reiner. Mass heal again. With how injured that one unit is, though, they might Earth Breath. Counter Cripple. Counter Shot from Reiner. Yeah, that literally does exactly enough to counter the auto renew. Okay, so Reiner, go back here so you can kind of get out of the way. And shoot this one in the back for lethal. Okay, that is one dealt with. And Poison cannot kill you. It just kind of sucks. Yeah. Well, she go ahead and use Rapturous Chant. To get rid of all those debuffs. Stabby Chum is kind of annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. You go ahead and revive Washi. And then go over here a little bit out of the way so you don't die. Okay. Anodyne still has 2 turns of increased damage. That one's resistances are going to be obnoxious to deal with. So what we're going to do instead is do the push. For quite a tasty chunk of damage. Yates. We'll reanimate so you can't use them against me again. And we'll move over here to get more MP and again remain out of the direct combat, if at all possible. Okay, so... lightning is going to be somewhat suboptimal here. So I don't think Quetzalcoatl is the play. But it is... fire is going to be slightly more effective. I can't do Fafnir again. There's no way to get... well, actually... Is that 5? That is 5. Fafnir to seriously make this guy's day worse. Thorns and weaken. Okay, can Virgil cure weaken? Not magically, no. Okay, you don't like Earth. But, sadly, any Earth I have is not going to be lethal. But, you don't have any meaningful resistance to fire. And Virgil has damage boost with fire, so Fire Locust to get you to die. Going to leave Virgil here, as he's pretty much fine where he is. Okay. Thank you, Windows. I'm glad that you didn't find anything. I guess my next best strategy is to... Okay, none of you have any dark resistance, so... Wrathful Beam. Grudge. Oh, very minor damage against everyone. I didn't realize that that was what that did. Thunder 1. Okay, the generic goon got knocked out. Which is irritating. But them missing a fight is fine. I probably wasn't going to use them for the moment anyways. Okay, so that one is rooted, so they're not going anywhere now. Holy Justice. Since my weapon doesn't do an element, I don't believe. Cleansing Blade should... Actually, excuse me. Okay, they're just tanky as balls, so... Excuse me. That just gets rid of their elemental bonuses, so... Okay, so Washi can actually do a pretty decent heal with Soothing Chant. Putting everyone in a pretty good spot. I'm okay with this. Alright, so... Anodyne. Would Enraged Blow be lethal? No. Is very close, but no. However, I'll still do it because she will heal up some of that damage she just dealt to herself. And it forced that to happen. Meaning that unit doesn't really get to take a turn. Yates. Reanimate again, so they can't really do anything against that. Daff. Daff, I believe, can do fire damage against them all. Oh, right. She would need somehow to get 8. But she could do water to them all, I think. You know what? I'm going to give myself time to think. I'm going to put Daff here. I'm going to have her use Panacea on herself to get rid of that weaken so she can actually be healed. Virgil can... Okay, Virgil's in good health, so... I'm going to have him go here and... Okay, he needs to be closer. Got it. Really close to the front lines here, but drop a fire too to hurt all of them with that boon. Doing a lot of damage and very seriously wounding them. Okay, and sneak attack. Okay, no flank, no flank. Barrier. I don't really have a lot of good options. Shit. I guess I'll just throw a rock. You might ask, why did you throw a rock instead of everything else? Because Grudge does more damage the more damage the target just was dealt. And if I did like 100 damage, that's 10 more to everybody. So that's like a Thorns proc for everyone. Okay, so those two used up both of their turns healing, as really is kind of expected. I was somewhat banking on them doing that. Okay, for Anodyne, I'm going to have her Demonic Might again. And because I know the enemies will not try to, not really try to walk towards me, I'm going to do this to put her here to try to cut off any hope of retreat. Washi use Rapturous Chant to get rid of everyone's debuffs. Thank you for your sacrifice. Inflicting slow kinda sucks, but it's still not the worst thing. Okay, so I know you can be flanked. And I know you don't have any resistance to darkness. So kindly eat an entire bag of dicks. And now... Okay, Cleansing Blade, still not enough. Righteous Blade, that will do it. Okay, that's another one down. Okay, Yates. Keep cool. Daff. Go here. I don't mind burning the zombie. So use a Vernal. Virgil. Okay, he has smart casting, so fire one. And that was another good use of the boon. Reiner. Go ahead and pop this one. So I don't have to keep thinking about them. Kelly D. Rosenroll. Okay, Anodyne, go here and give them something to think about with Enraged Blow. And you have 2 buffs on you, which means that I think Cleansing Blade is still not enough. Still not enough. But let's try Scorpio Ballista. Okay, yeah. Yates, go here. And fully revive this new person and summon them right there. Now you might ask why. Well, it's really rather simple. Okay, and new person, use a rock. Okay. That's the tournament done. Fantastic. Okay, so got the Rift Walkers. That was actually the thing I needed too. Okay. So, abilities. Go and... Ah, my leg. Unlock Magic Bullet, because the main advantage to Magic Bullet is now those very heavily physically resistant characters now can be targeted usefully by Reiner at range, actually giving him more ranged magic damage than most classes, because a lot of magic in this game is surprisingly short-ranged. Yeah, I'll go ahead and learn the basic for mass heal. Plague Doctor class unlocked. Staff, another Templar level. Okay, I'll need 619 more AP to master Vessel. And at Daph's request, she wanted to be a summoner type. That would be the Vessel. So that will be her sitting secondary class, which will only be changed if I absolutely need to. Because for each person, for me to use their self in my game, I try to follow their instructions as best I can. For what they want / don't want. Okay, Yates has mastered Mender. I suppose that would mean it would be time to give him Plague Doctor. Okay, Yates can use a shield if he wants. Do I want to give him one? Okay, Plague Doctor. Plague Doctor is definitely going to be pretty useful. Having a consistent debuffer. You, generic goon, become a knight. Okay. So, alright, Phoenix Band gives auto revive for the first down. That could be useful. Riftwalkers gives not flight, but teleportation. Okay, this thing is also very weak to fire. So I will have to watch that. It doesn't have any natural immunities. But it's fine. I probably will really only be using it for this fight and a little bit more later down the line. So first off, I'm going to... I wonder... Has this guy upgraded his stock at all? I think he's stocking the same stuff everyone else is. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and give everyone a quick pass-through. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and buy a shield for Yates. It doesn't hurt. It'll give me the ability to have more stuff later. You need a weapon. Better shield. Better helmet. It's about high time you had an upgrade as well. So I'll just throw the money down to make you lot a bit hardier. Because I really don't want a bunch of mostly useless units if I can help it. You know, I probably will be using more of these accessories, so go ahead and give you the running boots and a wizard glove and a focus crystal because you're a magic-based unit and you're basically useless without it, and a clarity band for the same reason. You are kind of both, so got the running treads, that's good. Focus crystal, shining band, clarity band, and the sharp gauntlet. Okay, that's already a lot of money I've dumped, but I plan on using the beasts a bit more than these random people, so... Plus, I can just grind for money off screen. It's not the first time I've done it, it won't be the last. So... Go ahead and sell off the stuff I'm not using to make back a little bit more coin. So everyone's doing good. Okay, to Galay. I also should set up some missions with those people I'm not really using, so... Okay, unlock Beast Masterclass. Okay. I need a monster. And I need someone capable of healing. That would be you. And then... I guess I'll send 2 more randos. Okay. Next up is... I'll send you and you. And you. And I'm at a 95% chance of success right now. I think I'll send Virgil. Okay. Chigale. Oh, Bandit Kawa. Okay, so you've got to go. Okay, so you need to go here because I need you to teleport and grab that thing in that chest. Kyrie goes here, Reiner goes here, Anodyne goes here, Yates goes here, I go here, Daft goes here, Washi goes here. Job done. They have a bunch of scoundrels, so they're going to get a fair few turns before I do. I actually will not be having Reiner use Fleet of Foot right away, because I need to get that Bandit Kawa and make absolutely sure it doesn't escape. At least as best as I can. Okay, so Reiner cannot hit that from here. And being here probably doesn't put him close enough either. Since those things only have 2 movement speed right at this moment, I will have Reiner pass. Anodyne, go here, and Demonic Might. Kyrie, go here. End turn. I will go here and probably do nothing this turn. Yates, go here and can't really do anything either. Okay, this thing can go here and open that for the Cursed Shield. Now, that Cursed Shield is very important. If you take it into like 20-something battles, I want to say, and survive, it becomes the best shield in the game, bar none. And that shield is very helpful. Okay, Reiner has gotten a little bit closer. Okay, he can hit the Kawa from here. So you cannot berserk them. That sucks. Can slow them, so let's try to see if slow works. Okay. Slow does indeed work. Corrosive Bomb. Get crippled for your trouble. Magic Blade's kind of obnoxious. It stole Reiner's MP, but Reiner doesn't really need much MP. The amount he gets back each turn is probably enough to do him. Okay, so Kyrie Right, these things have pretty high resistances, so... Wrathful Blow? Oh, you have Dark Resist. That would explain. You do, however, resist lightning. Okay, Yates has been somewhat befuddled. But it is fixable. I will have him go here, recovery. Okay. Scorpio Ballista is definitely probably useful if I can hit the defense down. Okay, the Tentacle Elemental, as I'm going to call it. I know they're called like Pectites, Sylphites, or Phaetites, or what I don't remember all of their names. But the short version being the Elementals. Okay, Daft can use Fafnir to just straight up eliminate this one. As one unit I don't have to worry about. Washi. I guess in Washi's case, it'd probably be a good idea to just use, like, Soothing Chant. Put a little bit more gas in Reiner's tank. Enraged Blow from behind. Oh, this is going to be good. That almost killed in one hit. So... Okay, so Reiner, go forward again, and... try to root to see if... Okay, root didn't work. Full break. Oof. That's a fat oof. Crippling Flourish. They're really, really tearing into him. Yeah, still just having the, the unit's next turn will come 33% faster. Let's see if doing that to Washi helps, giving him a bit more haste. I don't think it moved him in the turn order much, if at all. Okay, so... Holy Bolt. Can Yates reach close enough to do anything? Well, yes, but no. Panacea 2, just to get rid of all of Reiner's shit. Okay, my turn. I don't think I'm close enough to do anything. Nope. Okay. So in that case, I will just have to... I guess I'll just use a potion on Reiner. Well, I leveled up from that. Okay, on its next turn, it's definitely going to try to escape. So... Daff... Give both of these a little bit of a burn. And, let's keep the show rolling. Counter bleed. I mean, that sucks, but blood loss doesn't do the most damage. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, that sucks, but... Enrage Blow for a meaty chunk of health. Washi. Okay, this one is near dead. Washi, can you... You can indeed polish it off if you miss, if you don't miss. Okay, fantastic. Silencing Bullet on Yates. Unpleasant. Okay, muting Daff. As we've established before, though, that actually doesn't do much. Giving Daff a little bit of extra speed. Okay. Reiner can at least very seriously hurt this one. Okay. Magic Blade's just a mild annoyance because I don't use that much MP. Okay, Kairi. 98%. We're just not taking the risk. Kill. Tearite Axe and Dragon's Blood Sap. Both of those are useful. One of them is for upgrading items, which is always welcome. The other okay, Yates cannot use anything at the moment other than melee. So, oh. Well, that's good enough. Let's just cave their head in. Who needs magic when you have stick? Okay. As a Templar, Cleansing Blade will not quite kill you, but it will hurt. Provided I don't miss and look stupid. I know, that's asking a huge amount of me. Don't worry, I'm aware. Okay, Daff. You know what? Just throw a rock at this dick. Demonic Might. 38 damage. Regenerates 32, so net loss of 6 HP for 3 buffs. I'm okay with that deal. Washi, I'm going to have you heal Daff with a soothing chant. Full break. Oh. Just get point blank shot in the face. I'm not going to have Kyrie kill until I have this elemental get up on that roof and take that other chest. So I will not need to do any more patrols here. Because that shield is legitimately too good to waste. I guess I'll use Soothing Chant to heal myself and Reiner to some degree. Yates, go here and just hang out because you're still muted. Anodyne, go here to close off any routes so this gunner literally cannot escape now. Daff, go here and I guess just hang. Pylon. Oh. Get rid of those. Go here, still waiting. Okay, so literally just waiting out turns now. Oh, Opportunistic Bullet does more damage when units have debuffs. I remember that one. Okay. Open the chest. I know that the distilled water is really not all that amazing, so kind of feels a bit like a waste to do that. Okay. Anodyne, mass heal. Yates, bring back one of them for giggles. Daff. Yeah, Daff needs XP. Fafnir to basically bring this one to the brink of death. Reiner's good on XP, so I'm going to try to see if I can have Washi land last hit. Do I have any rocks left? I do not. You know what? Field Aid Daff, then. And then I guess I'll just have whoever do whatever. Magic Bullet on Washi, kind of a dick move. Alright, you heal a little each time you attack, do you? Yeah, leech health. That'll definitely be a good passive to have. Okay. You know what? Kyrie's literally just about to level up. So I say just let her have it. Okay, victory. Okay. Well, I'm going to take this time to level up units, and I think that after that, I'm going to set up some missions. And then, take the time to, okay, brain, work with me. I'm going to set up some missions, and I think that that will be a good time to end the stream until next time, because it is getting rather late, and I do have things that I need to do. There we go. I don't understand why I was having so much trouble with that. I appreciate anyone that showed up, and I'm sorry that so much of the time was really eaten up by that tournament. I didn't imagine it was going to be as brick wally as it was. But that happens sometimes. But I'd like to say there's a good chance that the next stream will have a little bit more story progress than what we've made. It's just a few of those things did kind of need to be sorted out as soon as possible. The Curse Shield has better defenses, but obviously those negatives. But that's fine. I'll put it on myself. That way I can kind of deal with the curse. Okay, let's check crafting materials before I call it. I could make a blood staff, but the effect of draining HP on a regular attack is cool, but not on a staff. Yeah, I think Mana Stone is good, and giving 25 MP to, well, 15 MP currently, but then 25 to another, and then getting another use on top of that, will really help with any more sluggish spellcasters. So, time to set up those missions. And I can now use everyone, because, you know. Let's see what abilities are best. Okay, I know I want the Sergeant's Helm, and I need offensive magic for that. That's cool. Daff, myself, and Washi will go on this mission. Next one is Holy Magic or Arcane. That will be Virgil, Kirane, and Shun. You know what? What the hell? Elemental and LaDaniel M. Craig. And the last one is just going to be everybody. Okay. Again, thank you all for coming out. Everyone that did show up. I'm going to save now. Those ones with the stars and the crown and everything, those are New Game Plus saves. So I'm going to ignore those. Just in case I need them, because you need a New Game Plus. Well, you need an in-game save to make a New Game Plus, and just in case something ever happens to this one, the save for whatever reason. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming out. I will see you all in the next video. Until next time, this has been Demetrios and Eddie. I'm signing off. All of you have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. The next stream should be either tomorrow or the next day at roughly 7 p.m. EST. That's the type of schedule I want to try to keep. If it's not 7, it'll be 8 p.m. most likely. Alright, thanks everyone for coming out. Goodbye!